Paxton, that's a cool name. Hey Sean, can't stay, but wanted to get your thoughts on the future of the Alien franchise if Romulus is a success. Where would you like to see the franchise go? And is a new AVP film still off the table? Where would I go with it? I think there's other things that are already happening. So it's tough to know exactly if like Romulus in any way ties into the Alien TV show that they're doing. I don't know if there's any connective tissue there. I don't know if that would, some of the ideas that I would have for what you would potentially do with another Alien film. But I don't feel like it's a franchise. Like the simplicity of it is what's enjoyable. You have great characters, simple thrills to it. And so then it's a matter of where do you have that story take place? And you have just enough of the like social commentary. The first one is truckers in space. There's immediately inside of it you have the worker bees and their cut of things, and then you have the pilots, how much they get paid for it, and then you have the corporation that treats them just as commodities. So you have a little bit of that commentary in there, but the plots are all the simple of the good ones. And so you kind of play, what are the other environments to go that could be interesting? What else can be explored that doesn't overcomplicate it? And I think that's like the reason Prometheus and Covenant just don't work for me is that it lost the simplicity and it adds in all of this like philosophy and complex lore, and it just gets so muddled that it loses at the core of what worked so great in the first two films for me. I think you can do an Alien film on Earth somewhere. How much have we even seen of what civilization is like in the world of Alien? This is where this TV show might dive into that, but we talk so much about this corporation, and it's this nebulous thing that's out there. We don't see it, though. And so I think there's room there to, what does this really look like? What is the grander perspective of things like that? If you go back to Earth, a lab on Earth where a xenomorph escapes, tracking down more the origins of the xenomorph, not getting into the pretentious side of Prometheus of they planted the spores on Earth that led to whatever, all the weird philosophy of that film. Not that side to it, but where do they come from with some of those things? But I don't think you need to overthink it dramatically. I think there's some pretty built into it. We haven't seen them on Earth. Let's put them on Earth outside of an AVP film. Who is this corporation? These are not wow, how'd you come up with what is the company like? That's a pretty straightforward question, but that's also the question that's on people's minds. You could play out some of the stuff what you have these colonial Marines that have done all sorts of stuff. What else did they do? What does that look like? What if you send the colonial Marines on an offensive to a place where they know xenomorphs are at? This is not crazy wild stuff. You just take the things that are already there and you go, what have we not done with these ingredients yet? And by the time we would do my Colonial Marines Go Get the Xenomorphs movie, will have been 40 years since Aliens. I think we can tell a second Colonial Marine story 40 years later, especially if they're on the offensive. So, those are some ideas. Earth, in a lab, small, our alien type story. Let's explore the corporation, and let's do Colonial Marines attacking them. They know xenomorphs are over there. They're ready for it. Let's go to war. Really ready for it with 21st century effects. Those are my pitches. And is a new AVP film still off the table? I mean, AVP, I think, is always inherently a gimmick, and that will always cheapen the idea. It'll always be if the other ones aren't working and we want to use the gimmick again. That's what it feels like to me. At the moment, I think both franchises might be in a good place. Assuming Romulus is as good or good enough as it looks, and then Prey was well received. When you have the franchises in good places, you don't go now let's do the gimmick showdown movie. Let's do professional wrestling. Let's have them duke it out. But at the same time, we are currently at the point in time where it's been 20 years since the first Alien vs. Predator. 20 years is a long time. And there's a lot of options on the table with streaming, animated films, and different things like that. And the two that they did were weird versions of it. I like the first one a good bit, but it seemed like a very niche, like, let's go to this temple in the Antarctic, versus what you more traditionally would think of with the film. And the second movie is more what you would think, but executed horribly. Anyway, there's a bunch of rambly thoughts about all of that. Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.